Is Dogecoin about to take off? Well, it looks like it just might. I'm looking right here on the weekly chart of Dogecoin. We have our favorite trend line. One, boy, you want to see this if you're ever long in crypto, you want to see trend lines like this almost straight up. This is since the weekly of about mid October. This trend line hits the bottom of these weeks and shows the pattern is completely rocketing up for Dogecoin. Now, we have seen some weakness in the crypto market over the last week or two. I've seen some coins like Bitcoin. If I go to the daily chart on Bitcoin, you can see it's had some pushing down. Ethereum also has had some pushing down as well. ADA, one of my favorite coins, was just until today in a steep downward channel. So that's the reason I want to look at Dogecoin and find out, what's happening with this trend line that we've drawn. And so far, Doge has held up very, very well. You can see the bottom of the price hasn't even touched the trend line yet, which is a fantastic indicator that there's still strength here with Dogecoin. I also like, it's just been a couple of days that this weekly bar is accounting for because the week just started. But I like that price has fallen and then gone back up. That shows that there's buyers in the market. I'm going to switch down to the daily and take a look. Hasn't even touched that trend line. So we're looking good on Dogecoin. But just like in the other markets I've seen, just as the other coins I've just showed a second ago, you can kind of see this downward wedge that has been forming. That's the wrong line. The downward wedge that has been forming across crypto lately, and it looks something like that. Okay, and Doge has its own channel that it's working with. One thing I like about Doge is that it really hasn't spent a lot of time down here at the bottom of this falling channel, but it does have one. Does that mean Doge is going to fall? So far, it's not looking like it, actually. So far, it looks pretty strong. It did fall, and we saw this on the weekly. It fell tremendously down to about this level right here. You can see that's not an accident that's where it turned around, the market turned around. The bottom of this wick is right here at the close and open and close of these days right here. I guarantee you, if I draw a line, about right here where the market fell and then buyers picked up. Let's zoom out and find out where that line goes. It probably has some significance. I see some tops of the wicks here. It's hard to see. Let me go to the weekly, see if I see anything more clear. I definitely see that line going through a bunch of areas back in January of 23. It's not as clear actually as I've seen on some of the other coins. Some of the other coins I can put a line there, and it's just amazing that I would see a wick from a week and a half or a year and a half ago go up and fall almost to the penny. I don't see it so strongly on Doge. So let me go back. That being said, it was clear that the level was clearly respected today and was clearly respected back earlier November. So that level of about, what is that, 0.08 and a half, somewhere around there, is important. You don't really want to find the market falling below this line because it's starting to make even lower highs. Okay, this was a high. You don't want the price to fall below a high because then it's got to go back up, right? It's got to break that high again. It's already done the work to break it once. You really don't want it to have to go through all that trouble and time to break it again. But so far, Doge is looking good. What we really want to see next is it to break out of this channel. And we have seen that in some of the other cryptos. VET. Boy, VET looked ugly. Imagine this. This is a daily chart. Imagine, I think I saw this last night. The market had fallen, and that was a big old red candle right there at the bottom of this falling channel. But look what has happened since. And VET has even gone to break its most recent swing high. VET is one of the strongest coins out there right now. And maybe Doge is going to do that. If you look at Bitcoin, it also had a trend line falling down. It has broken out of its trend line. ADA, last I saw, ADA has broken out of its trend line. So you like to see those other coins breaking out and moving up, and then hoping that your coin, if your coin is in, Doge, that it will do the same as well. Now, if if the market does start to fall further, let's see where it might fall. I'm going to draw a Fibonacci level from the bottom of this swing low to the top of this swing high. Doesn't surprise me that this dot 618, which is an important line, it's just a pattern. If you're not familiar with Fibonacci, it's a pattern in nature, it's a pattern in human behavior, it's a pattern in mathematics that you'll see. And so it doesn't surprise me at all. I've seen this with other coins, that this is where the market fell and turned. So this is kind of my, I don't know what you call it, line in the sand. If the coins, any of them, start falling and closing below this dot 618 from the most recent highs that we've had, you're going to have to look at, hey, have we entered a short term, at least, downward trend? But right now, Doge does not look like it's going to do that. Can any second, just like I saw VET turn around in 24 hours. You can see all these coins change. But so far, so good on Doge. Really what I'd like to see? Boy, I'd like to see it break out of that wedge and out of this channel and move on up and start challenging the highs just like VET has done. And it very well may do it. I was looking earlier. I want to pop a line at the top of this swing high. That was the high. I'd like to see it go on and attack that and then hit this one. It's the top of that wick. It's the bottom of that wick. It's the open and close of that weekly from back in March. That's about 0.11. Yeah, that would be a good place for us to start seeing some movement. Might take a few days to get there, but if it can break this falling channel and stay back into this trend line, it might just do it. All right, that's the update on Dogecoin. Come back for more updates. We'll keep you updated.